Hi there. So, the context for this video is that we had just, previous to this, run a 25 Theatre of Pain. It was a relatively clean run, all things considered, but we were over time by, almost 4 minutes. We had a second 25 Theatre of Pain key, and we wanted to just run it back while the route was fresh in our minds. But we were recording A, because it was going to be a good key to review, but also we weren't entirely convinced that even if we did like a flawless run, we would time it, but we weren't sure where we were losing the time because, in theory, no death run should equal a timed key, generally speaking. So we wanted to record it, find out where we were losing time, so that if we got a third 25 Theatre of Pain, we'd be able to time it. This is going to be a VoD review of that key, the second one that we ran, and also as opposed to my previous reviews, whereas I will still be primarily focused on my own play, I am going to comment on anything that I see going on with my party this time, because my healer did a VoD review where he commented on things like that, and I personally found it useful for my own play. So,
Right, three.
oh, let's mute the audio on that. Okay. So we've come a long way with this first boss. It used to be a real struggle for me to just live this. We would have to zerg down Decia. I'm not sure if it's just a Blood Death Knight thing, but this boss fight, although it can have its hairy moments, this is 25 tyrannical, it's the highest level I've done it on, but this boss is mostly kind of a vibe. My Hunter and Rogue are interrupting the Searing Deaths on Safale, and I just have free interrupts. I'm generally just using them on Pakran to bring them in when possible. Like, my Warlock is the one who primarily does that, but I just sneak in one since he can't do it every single time. Here I notice I've let my Bone Shield fall. I haven't tombstoned yet, which, as long as I do it soon, isn't bad, but the fact that I didn't do it relatively quick into the pool was bad. It is a bit of a struggle just to get this stuff all rounded up, I guess. Okay, well, there's probably no point in me tombstoning now since the CD on Dancing Rune Weapon is solo. I'm not sure about my positioning here. I guess I wanted to get Packeran in, but I don't know that I had to run out to accomplish that. So I'm dry on CDs here. But like I say, most of this is just kind of chill. I see that I did Tombstone this time. I would like to see myself use my blood taps somewhat soon. I can see that I'm getting distracted here. I don't know what's actually distracting me. But yeah, I just dropped my Dancing Rune Weapon there for no reason. I had so many runes available, there was no reason to drop it there. I see that I AMZ for Zenium, because we can't stop the Safil cast right now. Here... Okay, so... Let's think here. So, this is my Tombstone Shield. So I'm on just over half health here. I have a decent amount of runic power. I just got Dancing Rune Weapon back. I don't think Rune Tat would be correct, but I do think not Healthstoning here is a little too greedy. Like, I don't really need much to get through this phase, right? I have my runes, I have my blood taps. If I just Healthstoned here, I'd go to essentially, including the shield, full health, and then I'd be basically chill. I do need to. I think if I recall correctly, my Rogue and my Hunter were talking about interrupting this guy to bring it in, and I don't know if I wind up running out there. But I feel like something must be distracting me here for me to get in this position and not Healthstone. Yeah. So there's me trying to interrupt Safilin. I think if I were to play the VoD there, that's just me getting distracted trying to do that, which it's not great. Should probably be able to multitask. I remember too that on the previous 25 we killed this boss around this time because I remember trying to time this boss and looking at the timer and being like, damn, we killed it so fast. But then on this one, I'm not sure why the damage is lower here than on the previous attempt on the exact same key, but I feel like I'm owning. Like I'm doing work. I've also been trying to get better about using my strength potions. Like I previously just was not. I think I'm holding this here because I don't want to use it. I wasn't using them at all in keys. It's partly because I just don't want to macro them into anything. Like I don't really want to macro them into Dancing Rune Weapon because then I use the strength potion when I'm on 0 stacks. I'd much rather use it when I'm on 40 stacks and get the extra 40% strength out of them. But now that I'm not using Blood Spattered Scale because I got the Codex Trinket, I could probably put my strength potion bind here. But I've been thinking about actually buying health pots. Like I don't use health pots either, and I've been thinking about putting that there instead. But I don't know. I know that looking at the logs before we ran this key back, like Rudy got 8 potions in, and that was like double what anyone else got. And that matters, right? Like if you're running a clean key and not timing it, you start to look for things like how many potions did you use. Okay, this poll. I don't know. I hate this poll because I don't know how to get into it cleanly. I should. The second this gets aggroed, I probably should, at the very least, Rune Tap. Maybe Vamp Blood. Because like it just gets so out of hand. And the thing I struggle with is this kick here is my Hunter's kick. This is my Rogue's. And then this one in the back. For some reason, I assign myself that one in the back. I think it's because I used to play a Druid, and this pull I'd just be running him with Incarn, and like la-di-da-di-da, nothing mattered. But like, man, it is such a pain in the ass to acquire this thing as a target and set it as my like interrupt, because I can't click it from the door because this goddamn stupid relic thing gets in the way. So like, the start of this pull is really hectic for me. I don't like it. I see a Vamp Blood. It's like, here, you see how I'm not really doing anything here, just because I'm trying to get this thing and put it as my focus target. And then I believe I sort of reorientate to the middle and try and grab things in. So, knowing that I do this, like, most of the times we come here, this would probably be a good Shadow Fury. Like, coming into this, having them all grouped up. I see Zenium is out here. I suspect he just ran in with me and wasn't aware that I was planning to run back. I think this is a little bit too far out. I'd rather he was like here, right? Because the thing is, like when I drop D&D, wait, you can. Is D&D down? I don't think. I think I'm. I'm trying to edit, but I think everything in here will be in like cleave range for myself. My concern here is if something jumps here, is it out of Rain of Fire? Is it out of Rogue AoE that I don't remember the name of? Is it out of like my AoE? I think everyone else is stacked up nicely though. That's a good shower here. Oh man, this wall. We cannot for the life of us get the right relics whenever we want them. I think we did want a woe here, but on the previous attempt we didn't, and then we rerouted because we just kept getting woes here anyway. My jailer weapon is way over here, and this is another thing I've been struggling with. I don't know what to do about it, but like, man, when this thing spawns somewhere awkward, it's just such an effort for me to get this all when I start not doing my job properly. Like you can see, I'm not even attempting to get it there. I'm just like, nope, nope, nope. Oh, I got it now. It's a shame too, because I lose so much of the uptime of it, because after this we're going to be skipping downstairs. Ah, oh, man, I did really well there. We missed the one drop and it killed people, so there I kicked the wall, I gripped one of the casters and I stunned the other, because I wasn't sure if the interrupts were still here. Obviously mine wasn't going to go through because I kicked the wall, but I was actually pretty happy with that. I remember that in the moment being like, damn, I'm so good. For one pull, I did what Rookie does every pull. Oh my god. Alright, skipping down here. I remember thinking that most of this dungeon wasn't too bad. It's just the tyrannical thing, right? I saw that the Pat was in a good position, so I just immediately ran down there to try and get him. And then here we go again. We're trying to find him. So we hope that I was supposed to be on diamond there. I remember when I interrupted that, I honestly wasn't sure if it was mine because I didn't see the mark that went out on the first one, which again is my hunter's interrupt. And I was just hoping, but it worked out. Definitely would like to see myself tombstone here since I know what's coming up next. I don't know why I'm not tombstoning. That should be like, there's nothing really going on here anymore. Like, definitely tombstoning is the priority. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's not great. I think it's gonna work out, but I think it's somewhat unearned that it works out. Alright, just running through here. I usually put the horror as my focus target because although my rogue is doing it, when it lines up such that it casts and the boss's AoE, my rogue can't interrupt and I can get the interrupt there. I mean, I try and get it whenever I see it, but usually I'm just focused on living this boss. Uh, this boss was actually one of the reasons I swapped to Death Knight. This guy was such a pain on Guardian Druid. There, like the rogue couldn't get the interrupt because the boss AoE was happening, and I managed to like sneak in and grab it. It's because I have arranged to interrupt. Again, we find ourselves. Okay, thank goodness I tombstoned. I have to say, I feel like I've been generally doing better with that compared to how I was in the past. But like, you never really know until you do one of these and see for yourself. I don't know how Zenium feels about this. Like, I know the boss can't one-shot me with Hateful Strike, so as long as I have the Runa power, I don't actually mind getting smacked down to like 20%. Like, they're like, okay, so, you know. We died there, but it wasn't because I got Hateful Strike, right? It's because I got gripped by the chain. I dwarfed it pretty quick as soon as I got out, and I was very quick to communicate in a very, very clear way that I was in trouble. I definitely wasn't just screaming, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, help. But yeah, obviously getting chained is not great. But yeah, I should ask him how he feels about that. Because as long as I know I'm safe, I really don't care about getting knocked down to like 20% health there. Because nothing else is going to hit me, right? Like, the boss, it's not going to, like, one-tap me from there. His, like, melees aren't actually bad at all. And the ads are just kind of whatever. But I don't know if that causes stress on Zenium when I do that. So I'll make a point to ask him after this. I think that was unfortunate. So I've been trying to, whenever I can, I try and move the boss into a gap so that if he grips people, they're already in a gap. But I think there, for whatever reason, I don't know if I didn't get there in time or what, or if I didn't see it in time or whatever. But like, people just weren't able to get into the. Yeah. You know the thing too, like, seeing this on the replay, that looked like, oh man, he just got caught off guard. But I remember seeing that volcano spawning and just having such a mind freeze on how to deal with it, and then just, oh no. Yeah, I think ever getting hit by the spikes as a tank is a huge no-no. I don't think there's ever any excuse for that. So getting it twice on a push key is, that's not it. I wonder if I could live the 10 Rising Smash. Because my, like, you can see I'm dropping Rune Weapon here just because I'm trying to, like, move the boss, even though I have 4 runes. If I could live that 10 Rising Smash, like, if I could just stand in it and eat it, that would, A, increase my damage, and B, increase my throwability via Dancing Rune Weapon uptime. It's the kind of thing I don't really want to try in a 25 though, right? And, like, obviously I can live it in a 15 or whatever. It was 3 minutes and 32. That's honestly not terrible. My timer, by the way, is up here for combat. So we went into this wing first because we knew we were wall skipping downstairs, and for whatever reason, the captain from the 5-pack in this zone, I don't know if there's some rhyme or reason to it, but it feels like a 50-50 on whether or not he gets the wall buff. Seeing that Dokig was the one we got here, I decided to merge this like instantly, whereas in the past I'd been waiting until the Arbalest died. Because, like, again, we had just before this barely, well, we'd had a clean run, but we didn't time, so I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive on this one. And now I want to merge Dokig into whatever's downstairs. I get the wrong one here. I remember this. Well, at least I think I do. I'm not actually sure. I actually prefer getting the one no, okay, I got the right one. I actually prefer doing another one. But he has the interrupting shout, which is kind of spooky. But I kind of like the other one because he just kind of sits on me and I can just beat on him for a while. Whereas this, man, I was so unhappy with that. I think it was Rudy was way up the stairs, and I said I had the interrupt on this guy because I'm expecting it to jump somewhere in this circle. But it's just important, like, to get down here when we have this active, because either there's like a interrupting smash, in which case your positioning doesn't matter, or it's this guy, in which case you're gonna have to be line of sighting anyway, right? Like you just can't be up there. I was trying to be greedy with my juggler weapons, so that's my, like, it's pretty close to 12 minutes. I was just popping that thing on CD this dungeon. Which I should be doing anyway, but I know that I've been a little bit greedy with it. Because I'm thirsty for the big AoE buff and big AoE pulls, but it just doesn't work out that way. Or at least it doesn't seem to. Okay, I remember this happening in the key, and I was so mad at myself for popping Dancing Rune Weapon there, because I know this pull's coming, and I'm trying to figure out how to keep it, and I don't know, I just sort of panic here. I call that we're killing the Arbalest that I grip in. Damn, this guy actually got the demoralizing shot. Nice. And in this pull, we just said, like, hey, if you get the Arbalest out, you just immediately dwarf it, or CD it, or something, right? But it feels like this Arbalest lasts a long time. It may just be that 25 garbage. Wait, I am blasting here. What the hell? That's okay. So, like, memes aside, this, I'm not sure why this is the case, but this definitely shouldn't be the case. I definitely should not be number one on this. I don't know if Rudy actually has an Infernal here, but if he does, holy that's definitely not the play. I don't want to backpedal and find out how long that was up. I think I should just tank the Whirlwinds. I was thinking it in the key, but I was kind of dry. I should definitely get my little minion out here, my little ghoul boy, just in case I need to attack him. Yeah, I start tanking the Whirlwinds. I don't know why I haven't... Okay, there it goes. Definitely want to get as many of my CDs as possible inside the herb off, just so they come back. I kind of wonder if this boss turns off my 2-set bonus because it reduces my parry. My 2-set is based off my parry chance. Okay, so this boss. So we don't kill any of the banners. We just like deal with it. I used to be better about moving the boss onto banners for like free cleave or whatever, but I stopped doing that on the Death Knight just because mostly because I hate just running around on the Death Knight. I hate when bosses like get like a melee into my back or whatever. I also don't think anyone in this group actually benefits from that anymore. Because like Rudy can have it for soul generation, but he doesn't need the bosses to be on it for that, right? Like that's kind of whatever. Here I move closer just because why not? I think I also wanted the 4 targets for my Covenant ability, and then I'm trying to spread it just to get the runes back, but I'm not able to. Me struggling to get the Jailer Soul again. It's so crazy to me watching this. Like I say, one of the big reasons I swapped from Druid was just like bosses on Tyrannical were such an absolute pain for me, and like this was one of them, right? Whenever he does his little tank buster, the what's it called? Not the Blood and Glory, the Savage Strikes or whatever. It was just so painful on the Druid. Like this brutal combo is just like, oh my god, I either have a massive CD or I'm like just dying, and then on Death Ray it's just I barely notice it. I kind of like how Zenium does this boss, where you can see him like over here, right, and he's just here the whole time, and one of the things will hit him, or a lot of the time, one of the things will hit him, and he just tanks that one thing. It's the half health or the half circle thing, and he seems to he seems to live it pretty well. I wonder if maybe that's what Rudy should be doing too, instead of dodging, because like Zenium's rotating his defensives to do that, but Rudy could too, right? Well, hmm. That's the first time that had happened, where it was 2 of them in a row. Um, I don't know if Rudy could do that actually, because I know Zenium is expecting himself to do it, so you can see like he prioritizes topping himself up. But maybe if he knew Rudy was doing it too, then Rudy could do it, and then Rudy wouldn't have to dodge around so much. Just making sure to get the boss. I mean, it looks like I'm stacking the mobs there. I'm probably like not doing it intentionally. It's just kind of an unconscious thing, but I am intentionally moving the boss outside the middle. Wait, man, why is Rudy single targeting this time? Stop that. I'm not exactly sure what killed Zenium there, but it's late enough in the fight that it doesn't matter. Just kind of beating the boss up now. So ordinarily after this boss, I have to stand on the edge, dismiss my pet, stun him on the edge, jump down, grip him down. But since we killed the last boss, I can just jump down and he'll snap to me. It was kind of funny, like Zenium was worried about my pet, but I was like, it's going to snap to me like right now, and then boom, he snaps. This pull I've messed up. I need to actually watch this one in slow motion. So I'm supposed to get 6 souls here, and I keep getting 5. I don't know if I did it right this time. I think I specifically pulled the relic this time to try and make it work. Or let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we did it right this time. final stun was huge. I think I'm saving AMZ here for the second one because everyone tends to go for their CDs on this first one here. I think probably really should just have Dark Pacted at some point in this poll just in case he gets chosen. Like you can see, right? Like people are just getting fucked and it's semi-random, right? And now he's Dark Pacted, but he did it at half health, so he got half the value out of it. I think he should have just, as soon as the mobs were in, just like Dark Pacted at full health. My team shreds ahead. I think I get hit by one of those rollies. Nah, maybe in the run before. Okay. And then I'm just running. I don't know how... So, Zenium grips a lot. Like, a lot. And... I don't know. Like, I would never think to call for grip, but he always just seems to, like, figure out where I need them. And it's really nice, actually. I should probably make more of an effort to try and find ones that he hasn't, like, mentally read my mind on. Because, like, in those polls, like, when he started doing it, I was just thinking, like, man, this sucks. I'm, like, running. Oh, this is terrible. And then he just starts gripping me there, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I don't have AMZ for this. It looks like everyone defensives. I know Rookie hasn't cloaked, but I think she needs to save her cloak here for if she gets the curse. Because we don't have a curse spell in this group, so I think she's just fainting everyone. I imagine Daz is similar with Turtle. Ugh, that damage. Nice shell break to pull. The next pull will be 2 mobs. We tried doing the shenanigans. We're snapping this platform up to the other platform, but nope. I have no idea how they successfully do that in high keys, but like, man, the mobs just like chose our people and killed them. It was awful. I see that I'm losing my pet here, and I dismiss him, stun him, and grab him again. The reason I stun him every time is because if he has his interrupt off CD, he can kick me on control pet, and then I'm just stuck there. Can't do anything. I think we decide to just send this. I don't know if we hero or not. I hope we hero. Yeah, we hero. Okay, so we just send it. And then just Rookie is handling the mages by herself, and we're just rotating interrupts on the boyo out here. The Soulbinder. Because the Soulbinder is like the dangerous mob there, right? Like the Guardian, it's I know it's a lot of healing, but it is actually just healing, right? Like as long as we're smart about our spells and stuff. And then we have AMZ for the next one, which I hope I use. Yep, looks like I'm using it. Oh, that thing enraging. Ugh. Towards not necessarily at this point, but I think after this key, our rogue had started calling out like, I'll soothe this mob when it hits 30, Daz can soothe like a different mob when it hits 30, and that's actually been really nice, because I don't think we've had any of those situations where a mob just gets like, where a dangerous mob gets a few hits off while enraged, since they've started doing that, and it's been really great. I started calling out like ahead of time about the bone spikes here because in a few of the runs, like people would just get like caught off guard or pinched or whatever, and then would just die to the bone spikes. And like obviously there's no reason for that, but it's completely free for me to just say like, hey guys, remember this thing's gonna bone spikes. Just be prepared. And I don't think we've had deaths to the bone spikes since I've been doing that, so it's just a good thing to bear in mind that like. Although you can think to yourself like, well, everyone should know this thing's just going to start bone spiking. Like, you know, they should just be prepared for that. It's like, this is a plus 25 key. These are like the best players I play with, and like it benefits them for me to just call that out. So like, why not, right? It just increases the chance of timing the key. And there's probably more places where I could do that I'm not doing it, and I should maybe be looking for that. I feel like there's not a whole lot to comment on my tanking. I'm actually like relatively satisfied with how I'm doing. But like these pulls are nothing for the tank, right? Like it's just kind of whatever. Especially on Tyrannical. Alright, I hate this next pull, because, like, I don't know what it is, but I cannot for the life of me track where this frontal's going half the time. I'm just, like, praying. It's like this one, like, I remember that one specifically, I was like, where the fuck is this going? In situations like that, maybe I should just hit Death's Advance, because that way, even if it goes through me, it's not going to knock me back. Oh, he's pissed. Oh, that volcano was rough. This next boss used to be so hard, but now with the double dispel, it's basically fine. I didn't notice, but the little captain boy must be eating some of the debuffs. Cause he's on like half health now. It's like, huh? I think it's at this point that I noticed we were under percentage. The route I had made in MDT still had the hunter shenanigans with the double platform, and I hadn't realized. So I was like, huh, where are we getting 3% from? Because I was thinking we would kill the guard, but I think he's like just over 1%. I remember here, like, I should have recontrolled the captain before we came into the pool, and then I saw this weak ore, and I was like, I was terrified that what was going to happen was the guard or the captain was going to get free, and then was going to do some shenanigans, and I was just going to get like killed or something bad was going to happen. So I was like, please, please, please kill her, and like my team like perfectly kills her right as my little boy gets free, and everything was fine. Except for me not using Dancing Ruin Weapon during our birth, hello? I definitely should be using a Strength Pot at some point in this. Given the way my mouse went there, I think I was going to use it and then decided against it because I didn't have the 40 stacks. So I hope that once I get it, I go back up there and try and use it. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I wonder if maybe... So, just thinking about my team comp, we have like Giga AoE, right? We have the Survival Hunter, the Destro Warlock, the Dream. I wonder if I specifically should be saving my strength pots for the single target or the like funnelish pulls. Because like the biggest contribution I can make is on single target, right, in terms of timing the key. Like, me doing a bit of extra damage on an AoE pull isn't going to substantially change the length of that pull, but me doing like a DPS's worth of DPS on single target could actually make a decent difference. I'm just gonna skip this boss. Like, there's nothing happening, right? If you have a warlock here and you have 2 dispels, there's nothing really to talk about. It's just happening. So here, so I release this and I recontrol it, right? So I should have this thing for 5 minutes, but when I go upstairs, I lose control of it, and I don't know why. And even worse, when I lose control of it, it doesn't aggro onto me, it aggroes onto my healer. So I think the thing I should do here is I should release it here, and then beat it up a little bit so that I have threat on it. Because you can see now I don't have control of it anymore, and it's just down there. And at first it beats on me, which is fine. But the second I think Zenium heals me, he healed me once there. Oh, I'm losing threat, and now it's on Zenium. And this is awful because we're up against the timer here. Like, I know it's like, whoa, we got 6 minutes. We're up against the timer, and we don't know what to do. We're sort of panicking, and then we make the call to just go for it. And like, I'm like, I hope this thing snaps up fast because it's just gonna beat on Zenium unless I can like out threat him with healing somehow. Yeah, like you can see, like nothing's happening, but Zenium is just getting beat up. And I'm just praying for the thing to snap up. Thankfully it does, and like, understandably everyone's panicking. I'm waiting for the thing to become like, attackable. This is an R boss that made me switch away from Guardian Druid, but this boss still, I don't know, man. He just hurts a lot. I don't know when I'm completely safe and when I'm not. I swear okay, so I know that this boss, the Tank Buster, is split between physical and magical, right? I know that. I feel like there's still something I don't understand fully about this ability, because sometimes it feels like it does, like, just a monumental, absurd amount of damage, and sometimes it's mostly chill. I wonder if it's possible to parry the physical portion. I don't know. But it seems like sometimes this ability just hits me like way harder than I'm expecting it to. Because you can see I'm sort of rotating through CDs a little bit, like I'm rotating through AMS or whatever. Here, like so there, right? Like I vamp blooded and gained like 50,000 health, and it left me at 20k. So theoretically, that was like a 150k hit, which would just kill me. But I don't know. I don't know. It may be something to do with the. I couldn't actually see that swirling under the boss there. I believe someone in my group called out. But yeah, it may be the definite ability where if you take damage below 35%, it gets reduced by like 35% or something. That might be what's causing the difference in damage taken. But yeah, I don't know. This guy is just still spooky, despite being on a Blood Death Knight. I should be. It's kind of dumb, honestly, that I'm not like rune tapping, IBFing, Lichborning on this boss. That's the real tank buster. Is anyone trying to give me IBF back? Oh, I meant to look and see. I noticed after we'd finished this pull that at some point my little guardian boy had died and we got the percentage from it. I do want to actually go and see what killed it. What the hell hit it for 100k? Like it's just dying. Like, huh? There's like a 3k dot on it. Oh, it dies to the frontal. Like what? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Is it this? Wait, what? Huh? Where did it go? Okay, where is it? Okay, so it's here. And then it's gone. And we have. I don't know, man. I think he got hit by the swirly, the grey swirly. That's good to know. So anything that I have mind controlled there can still just get hit by that. Alright, where were we? I think we were like here. I remember I didn't actually see that that guy was there. It was a close call for no real reason. Oof. That's I'm only saying that because like if I die there, like sure we have a B res, but it's just there's no reason to take that risk, right? I could just ruin tap or Lich Born, right? It's just I don't know, just careless play. Uh, we weren't sure what to kill here. I said contender because they get like a damage taken buff, but I think we end up killing the caster. Which, given how the damage is happening now, seems like the right play. The caster. But yeah, so that was the key. We just randomly took like 5+ minutes off our previous run just by running it back. I'm not even really sure why. It was a very clean run overall, right? There was only 2 deaths. I don't even remember where they were, but yeah, that was the key.